male-dominated industry. It is a male-dominated industry. But these ladies, let me call them the femme fatale, they're coming here to share and show us a couple of things that they have been doing and the conversation that they have for us today. But I would like to call upon Esther Mengi. Karibu. She is the founder of Sensex. Karibu sana. And we also have Vanessa Kisowile, team lead from Sahara Sparks. Vanessa. And we also have Mariam Gonja. She's an associate at Seed Star. Round of applause, man. If you remember, we were hosting the same event last year together. Karibu, Mariam. Nice to have you on stage again. And we also have Fifi Baido from iSpace, Ghana. Fifi. There's a man in the group, by the way. Eh? He's the only guy in the group. Fifi Baido from iSpace Ghana. And we do have our moderator today, Kalila Mbowe, she's the founder of Unleashed Africa. Very opinionated lady, by the way. Karibu sana. Hey. Yeah, Karibu. You can have a seat over there or over there. Oh, there's a Tanya Karibu from UN Women. Karibu sana. Now, I hope you guys are fresh. You're well right now. Do we need to do another just to get in check? Do we need to do another exercise or anything? We don't? Our mind's clear? Medulla is okay? Cerebrum is okay? Our stomach is okay? So we start our session right now with this great panel. Asante. Karibu.
Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, everybody. That was horrible. Good afternoon, everybody. All right. My name is Halila Kelsmboe, and I am a crazy believer in change and a pessimistic believer in the innate capacity of human beings to change the world for the better when capacitated correctly. So, and at times, much to Sebastian's delight, I dance, you know. So before we start, I'd like to let you know that we're trying to make this conversation very engaging and to make sure that you all participate. So let me try to do what Sebastian tried to do a few moments ago. Can I get a yeah? That was bad. That was just bad. Let's try again. Can I get a yeah? Okay. Because otherwise then the T didn't do its work, right? Okay. So just to quickly introduce what I do, I run Unleashed Africa Social Ventures, a Tanzanian-based social enterprise that operates brands working in the areas of art development, responsible events and communications, sustainable public health, and social enterprise ecosystem development. We also work in gender. So with a deep focus on innovation, youth engagement, youth capacity building for African development. And to just start us off, I'd like to share a statistic or a number that I heard last year at a conference I went to. One of the leaders of an African development organization that I will not mention said that Africa loses $500 million a year for not engaging women in the spaces, in economic activities. $500 million is chump change, I guess. You know, it's not so much. You know, it depends on how you look at it. And in case you're not aware, I was being sarcastic. It's not small money. So to the panel, our conversation for today, women in technology and innovation. To quickly round us off, I will give you each 3 minutes to introduce yourself, the amazing work that you do, and your take on the subject matter. Thereafter, I will encourage you in the audience, should you have any questions, comments, please jot them down. We will come to you very briefly. But before that, I have some leading questions that I will throw to the panel. If you have comments on the leading questions I'm going to throw, please feel free to get ready to interject at any moment. Write your comments down and we will get to you. Like I said, it needs to be a very engaging panel. So are we ready for this? No, we are not ready. Are we ready for it? There we go. You know, we can leave them on the side. I will start with you, Tanya, right on the end. Let us know who you are, what you do, and your take on the subject matter.
Hi, my name is Tanya, and I work for UN Women as a program analyst in innovation and accelerating gender equality. So in order to achieve the SDGs, especially in gender equality and empowering women, we really need to find new innovative solutions. And I think that is especially in engaging women in technology, we really need to break these gender science stereotypes and promote women's education in STEM and really ensure that women have access to 21st century skills, including computer science and coding skills, and also promote female role models and mentors. So we need to have role models that are leaders as innovators and entrepreneurs.
Wow, there we go. Mariam.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mariam Gonja. I am a living testimony of the growth of the Tanzanian ecosystem, proudly being available for a couple of years and just expanded my geographical position when I just joined Seedstars World, which runs the largest platform for tech entrepreneurs, operating currently in close to 100 countries, looking for the best tech entrepreneurs, impact-led businesses to invest in. With this discussion today, I'm very curious and excited to be part of. With 250 million fewer women than men that are online currently, it's an interesting topic to whether, because we have already seen that so many opportunities are given to both men and women. When you look online today, you will see that every organization is saying, hey, we're giving grants, we're giving this and that, but we are prioritizing women, but we're still not seeing the women. So is it a topic of opportunity? Is it a topic of the digital divide? Or is it a topic of taking your seat at the table? So, I mean, we should get to a point, because the opportunities are out there, to have women not just supporting them, but helping them overcome their fears, stand up and, you know, take over this innovation ecosystem as we wish them to be.
So, hi, I'm Vanessa Kisowile. I'm currently working with Sahara Sparks as a team lead. So that itself has been quite a journey, and my goal has always been making sure that we really see women involved in technology. So my background is also in IT. I've had a diploma in information technology, then Bachelor of Science in Hardware Networking Technologies. And one of the challenges that I faced during my education time was that there were very few women. During diploma, they were all in a class of 26. There were only 4, if not 3 ladies. And during the bachelor, there were actually 2 ladies in a class of about 18, I think, and 1 dropped out. So 1 lady remained. So, okay, the courses are there, everything is there. Is it opportunities that the women were afraid, or what is it? But also I've been involving myself as an initiative to actually take part in being a change. And I'm a woman, so maybe I see the challenges that we have. So I've been involved myself in a number of projects that support or accelerate the involvement of women in technology. Like one, it's called Help to Help, run by a Swedish organization. They run an IT boot camp for women. But that itself is a challenge because this is for women in university, and you find out there is a lady who doesn't even know how to switch on a computer, and she's in her second year, third year in university. What exactly are we doing wrong?
Hi. Hi. My name is Esther Lugoe Mengi. I'm a cybersecurity consultant by profession. I'm a certified ethical hacker. I'm a certified Cisco network associate. I'm also a certified information security auditor, among others. I'm the founder of Serensic Africa. Serensic Africa is a cybersecurity company. We deal with cybersecurity and digital forensics. I'm a mother of two, so you can do it. It's possible. You can be an entrepreneur, a wife, a businesswoman, and also I was in the Forbes list last year for 30 most inspiring young entrepreneurs in Africa in 2017. Thank you.
So, wonderful. On to my first question. That was kind of prodded in by Vanessa. So I read an article about a very successful tech entrepreneur in India yesterday, actually. And one of the things that she pointed out is it's very hard for women to be successful in the space. And she said, well, what she was doing was attacking a way of thought. What she said was society does not give women the chance to be able to excel in this new space. What she said is, if as a woman, you need to expand your geographical area of influence, the man won't follow you. So that means you miss opportunity because you have to stick with your family and you have to kind of try to figure out, do I go for that or do I stay for this? So just quickly give me your thoughts on that. Does society have to give us the opportunities, or do we take them, or what kind of dialogues need to be had with society to create an enabling environment for us to take advantage of this time?
Thank you. I think society doesn't have to give you anything. It's all in your mind. Your mind is your greatest capital. Is where all your brain is where all the best ideas come from, is where all the innovation ideas come from. So you don't expect society to do anything for you in order for you to thrive. You have to use your mind. It's what you feed your mind. It's what you believe in yourself. It's what you think can happen. Anything can happen if you set your mind to it. The society does not have to give you anything. Society does not put ideas in your head. Society does not have the passion that you have. So it's all in you. Have your mindset right. Have that courage, and you can go far. You can start from there.
Fantastic. So it's more of internal empowerment. It starts from within.
Yes.
So leading us right into the next question, Vanessa, we were talking about this earlier. So does that mean that this new digital economy that we're moving into, or that we're in right now, is it the one that is going to be able to allow us to leapfrog and fully usher equity in the gender conversation?
I'm afraid I'm going to answer it in two parts. I'm going to answer it in no and yes. No, in terms of the fact that in this economy and in this fourth industrial revolution, there's data that says a large number in terms of gender, a large number that will be affected are women. Why? Because they're not even prepared. They're not even in a place that there's, there's that a balance between them and the man. I'm going to say a yes on the other part. that, as Esther said, as much as, yes, there have been some hindrance maybe for policies or tradition, I would say, but from my personal learnings, I think when a woman takes an initiative, when a woman does something, and we can even see it from history, when a woman decides to do something, whether the society likes it or not, whether they back it or not, it happens. And when it happens, the society notices, okay, it can be done. So it's just a matter of fact that not that we need to explain to the society, women need this, there's 1, 2, 3. Let's just do it and let them see, and then their minds will be changed about the subject.
So what you're saying is, yes, there are issues ongoing. Yes, there are biases. However, there are opportunities to be able to leapfrog that and change the paradigm of thought of how women engage.
Exactly.
So the opportunities are there, right? And it's just up to us on how those things, okay. That leads me right into my next question. And Mariam, I'll throw this to you. And I'm going to tease you a little bit, all right? Are there really women digital entrepreneurs, or are there several female entrepreneurs working in male-led organizations? And then, are female entrepreneurs given similar access to capital opportunities as their counterpart? And then, what, if any, pockets of funding are becoming ever so present for female digital entrepreneurs? So it's a threefold question.
You really intended to tease me. You have. We have female-led organizations that, female is really behind everything. We have brands that make noise on the internet, on the media, that are female-led. So we do have those. But we also have organizations that are led by the male, even though the female are doing the most of the work, with probably the less shares. So we have, say, an organization X. It's co-founded, say, by a male and a female. The male would stand out. The female is doing the most of the work and not recognized. So we have both situations happening. If I am making an answer to your question, are they given similar access to capital opportunities? Definitely. Who is getting them first? Definitely not women. Everybody is given an opportunity. You see there's a grant proposal that we throw out. There's 10 applicants, there's only 9 men and 1 woman. Was the opportunity available for everyone? Yes. I run a competition across sub-Saharan Africa. I will tell you for sure, we get over 70 applications per city. You barely find women. Was the opportunity available for everyone? Yes. So it is a mindset. Having grown up in a very male-dominated continent, that we still believe a man has to stand before a woman for something to seem or to be successful. We have examples of women who have been able to stand out, but we still don't look at them as successful female entrepreneurs. We don't look at them as successful entrepreneurs. We just have not learned enough from them. Otherwise, we wouldn't be discussing about this. There would have been change already, because it's not this year or last year that we've been having successful female-led runs. It's been a while, but we're still struggling with our mindset, which is what I've been keeping saying, that, hey, let's just scratch that. Can somebody look at me as an entrepreneur, not a female entrepreneur?
Mike.
Oh, my mic? Okay. Yeah, can somebody look at me as an entrepreneur, not just a female entrepreneur? Let's just put the differences aside, look at everyone with an equal opportunity, and for my fellow women, come on. I mean, the opportunities are there. We are the ones that are disappointing ourselves. we're the ones who are not taking it equally. If you start counting about organizations that are saying, hey, I am looking for female-led organizations, I have money for them, you barely find them, barely. So yeah, so it's something that we need to work on. And to your last question, pockets of funding, becoming present to female, there's so many of this. Let's not also rely so much on something that is brought to our plate. Let's dig. There's so much happening. There's so many role models that we can look at. Let's just not try to be them, try to be you.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So when I started my business, I was told that the only way I was going to succeed fast was if I had a male co-founder that I sent to meetings, and I was also told that it would really work if he was white. And I was told this by a male in the ecosystem. He told me that, Kels, for you to succeed, there are some secrets you need to learn, and those were the secrets I was given. Unfortunately, I'm not a good student. So, Esther, may come to you next. So, does the digital economy or the data age present a new workspace for female entrepreneurs as compared to the traditional, the conventional workspace, right? And also, does it create a space that is less hostile, right? Providing fewer gender biases? And what kind of opportunities does this revolution really have for women of the 21st centuries when they're talking about biases?
I'm happy that you mentioned the digital economy part. Now that everything is digital, we can work from anywhere. You don't have to go to an office and work. You can be in your home, start an online shop, or make your app, and life moves on. So you could be a mother, taking care of your children, and still working to support your family and participate in growing the economy. So yes, it has helped us a little bit. Us moving digital has helped us a lot because now everyone who has internet can do something. When you have access to the internet, you can do whatever you want, so long as your mind is set right. And I'd like to mention something that I think she shared about confidence and us knowing what we want and going for it instead of it being shoved down our throats. There was a time I had gone for a project in Nairobi with my team. So I went to a bank. I was sitting in a bank, then I was like, every time I approach this bank in Tanzania, they tell me most projects come, like all the tenders and everything, they come from Kenya. So I went to that bank with no appointment. I'm in cybersecurity, so I went and said, you know what, I want to see your chief information security officer. They said, do you have an appointment? I said, no. What's your name? I said, I'm Esther from Tanzania. Esther from Tanzania? I said, yes, just tell your boss that I'm Esther from Tanzania. Apparently, the boss was in a meeting, so I waited. When he came out, she told me, oh, so you're Esther. I was trying to figure out who is this, because I don't have any Esther in my schedule today. I said, no, I didn't have any appointment, but I thought I should just come in and talk to you. Then I went in and said, my name is Esther, I'm from Tanzania. You don't know me. I just thought I should just come and talk to you. I have a company that does A, B, C, D, and we could do A, B, C, D to your bank. Then I said, every time I come, like I approach the guys in Tanzania, they tell me everything is done from Nairobi. So he listened to me and was like, you know what? You have made the best impression, like you've made my day today, because I never thought there's something like that in Tanzania. 2 weeks later, I got a call that I'm supposed to submit the tendering documents for, for vetting and stuff like that. And I got the job. I got that job, my first job ever with a bank as me and my company. So it's not about what the society can do for you. It's not what, the internet has everything. Like whatever you want to do, it's in the internet. You can learn from YouTube. It's start with you, your confidence, your mindset. Do you want to do this? Are you an entrepreneur? Like, do you want to be an entrepreneur or do you want to be employed? Why do you want to be an entrepreneur? Some people want to be an entrepreneur because they haven't found jobs yet. So now, Okay, you don't have a job, so you just want to do anything. Yeah, I want to do anything that I'll make money from. Then I'm thinking, so if I tell you selling tomatoes will make money, you go. Then 2 days later, you hear selling coconut will make money, you do the same.
I think, Tanya, you also had something to add to.
So I do believe that the digital platform really brings new opportunities for female entrepreneurs, especially in, for example, mobile banking ventures that can facilitate women's entrepreneurship, to e-learning platforms that can take classrooms to individuals. And of course, also social media has a huge potential to offer. You can reach the other side of the world in 1 second, and also it's really low cost. So I think that the digital platform has many opportunities for women.
The opportunities are endless. Mariam, just coming to you for a quick one. Do you think that the increase of digital female entrepreneurs, you said that there are many, right? Do you think that the increase of digital female entrepreneurs provides or guarantees a safer work environment for employees, right? One that is woven by values of empathy, understanding, and definitely lesser biases. And then, do you think that female entrepreneurs create, by nature, safer working environments for teams? And on top of that, with the safer working environment, do you also think that female digital entrepreneurs are more prone to look at the genuine needs of the consumer as they're answering a problem?
Safe environment for women, yes. For women employees, yes. For male employees, they'll have to deal with the fact that their boss is a lady, which is usually not a very good story. So having more female-led organizations, it's a huge opportunity. So then you have a female boss who wouldn't have to judge you when you have your personal matters as a woman. Does it guarantee a safe environment? Well, that I can't say. It's rather a very strong point to make, but at least it would give a chance to it. I would try to shy away from giving empathy to women. We've had enough of that. We just need to get up and do stuff. I mean, the world has empathized on us enough that we just need to get up and do some work as female business people. And organizations more likely to put the consumer's genuine need into play, yes. A woman is usually looked at or usually seen as a person who understands problems from a very, like a family level, all the way up. So it is a chance for us to understand, to use our understanding into a benefit, to get into innovations. And now we have digitizing stuff, it's easier, so we don't have to like manually do stuff. I mean, it's the digital space is supposed to cut down a lot of work that we had to do manually, so it's an opportunity for us, it's an opportunity for the world.
So either Vanessa or Tanya, so we're talking about this opportunity. I was having a conversation with a few girls, and what I was told was, forgive me, I'm going to mix the languages. Bwana, internet ngumu sana. You know, coding ngumu sana. You know, nafanya kidogo kidogo, lakini huko ndani lazima nitafute wanaume wakae hapo waumize migongo. So basically what this young lady told me was coding and the infrastructure behind the platforms was too hard. It was too much of a science. And she would rather do it. Her mindset was that it was, she compared it to chemistry, the perception of chemistry and the sciences in the conventional space, that it's too hard for women. So she was speaking about it from an angle that it's too hard for us. So it's easier for me to employ men to work there and really be the ones behind the algorithms because it's too hard. You know, I mean, how do we counter this way of thinking, especially if we're talking about leapfrogging and having this revolution be the one that ushers in equity? We need to be able to play on both the back end and the front end.
Okay, so first and foremost, we're gonna go back to the same place. It doesn't matter who started creating what. What are you doing about it? Because we actually have ladies doing coding. I know a lady called Georgia, you know Georgia, and she's actually a very good coder. She's a lead of Women Tech Maker from Google, and she's a Tanzanian.
Absent girls.
We have Absent Girls. We have She Codes for Change. They're doing the same thing for the girls. And amazingly, these women are adapting very fast. We have a number of young entrepreneurs who actually developed their platforms like Our Cries and Our Teens and all that from scratch. So literally, I'm not seeing a problem if in the first place, which by the way is not proven, that it was the men behind the algorithms, the coding or the language. There are a number of women who are doing coding, and actually I think you can, you can develop your own language if you think somebody's language is too hard, as long as it's bringing a product that's functioning and impact for the society. So I'm sticking to my point. I think instead of us, I think we're playing the blame game for so long, as much as even if the society had part in it, but okay, now the society has understood, what are we doing about it? As much as they've understood, as women, we also need to move ourselves and support other women to be where they are to be.
Okay, so what are we doing about it? Tanya, practically, what are the things that we can do to engage more women in this space?
Well, first of all, I think that we really need to show young girls that it's really cool to go into science and kind of change the atmosphere we have, because sometimes people think that science is more for male and humanities and arts, for example, are more for females. So we really need to encourage young girls and show it's fun and it's cool to learn computer sciences as well. And I think it's important to organize, for example, code camps for girls or give scholarships to girls in STEM, and also to lift up these success stories we have and these women entrepreneurs success stories, because these role models also play a big importance. And of course also to have mentors for younger girls, because the access to informal networks and contacts is also really important in the startup scene.
That's great. So I've got a question that I want to throw to you, but before that, before you answer, I'll throw you the question, then I'll give you some time to think about it as I actually move to the audience. Do you have any questions? Does somebody have a comment? Do you have an intervention? Do you think there's an angle that I'm missing out on? Do you feel like there's something we're not touching and you're burning to mention it? There's a gentleman right here, a lady right here, another right there. I'd want us to take all three at a go. Should I give you? Okay. Okay. We'll take all three questions and then we'll bring them back to the panel, right? So do you have a notebook or something you can write? I don't have it. Your name, where you're from, and then.
I'm Hussein. I'm the founder of Zudua, which is an e-commerce platform here in Tanzania.
Hello. Hello, hello, hello.
Okay, maybe just speak a little louder.
Hello.
Okay, I'm Hussein. I'm the founder of Zudua, which is an e-commerce platform here in Tanzania. We started about a year and a half ago. And though I'm the founder, a lot of the hard work and the operations is entirely run by my wife. And she's doing an amazing job, kind of a job that even I wouldn't be able to do. I think women are great entrepreneurs, they are great business people, and we should do more towards encouraging that.
Great. Who's the second one?
Hi, I'm Ruth from Ingenie in South Africa, an EdTech incubator. Strange sound. Okay. So I wanted to really sympathize with some of the earlier comments about opportunities that are open for all, not being seized upon by as many women. So we offer an EdTech incubation program with significant funding, and we would love to have more women on our program. So my question to the panel is, given that we're not involved in skills development, we're not involved at that stage, we're just looking for finished startups ready for funding and support, what can we do to get more women to that point? How can we help the playing field even up when we're entering at quite a late stage?
One last question. Sebastian? Sebastian, one last question right there. There's a hand up.
Where's the hand? Where's the hand?
Oh, wow.
Raise your hand again.
Right here is a great example.
Hi, everyone. My name is Reina from a company called AfriLabs. We're a bunch of geeks, and we're really proud of the fact that we actually have a very high percentage of our developers being women. So I really wanted to add on to some of the opinions that the panel gave about inclusion and about programs for women, right? I think having women in tech and having women, especially in the technology industry, was one of the greatest acts of feminism. So I'm going to quote one of the very big African pioneers of feminism, especially African feminism. Her name was Grace Obianju, and she said that the ultimate goal is for women to exist as unique, distinct individual minds with uncluttered by patriarchal beliefs. So there's the aspect that a lot of this stuff comes from the internal aspect, self-motivating yourself and confidence, but we do have to acknowledge the fact that there is a very diverse background for women in tech. The problems encountered by women in tech in other developed countries is not the same as the problems encountered by African women in tech. Just the way there are various strains of African feminism, there has to be various, very diverse ways of countering those efforts, right? So when we're talking about campaigns like code...
Mike.
Oh, sorry. So when we're talking about campaigns like, she codes and all of that, the contexts seem to be very, very diverse. My day-to-day job is actually speaking to developers and trying to bring this context to the African, bring the context of learning code to the African context, right? So the biggest problem right now is you barely ever meet, in a day-to-day context, you can go to the doctor and you can meet a female doctor, right? You can go to the airport and meet a female airport, but you rarely ever go and encounter a female woman in data science or a female woman in computer science. The stories are there, they are very unexposed, and so I think a lot of the programs that are being targeted to bring in more African women in technology really needs to be super specific to the African context. And the problem now, I think also kind of touching on our question is, how do you bring more women in the skill set level into the story, right? I think it has to now be very, very targeted, especially to that context, and also exposing the stories of women who have actually excelled in being women in tech, especially those ones who are now running companies, right? Those stories are not very exposed. So when I am picking a course in uni, I am not thinking that, wow, this is how my process is going to look like when I'm 30, when I'm 40, when I'm 50. That actually makes it one of the biggest barriers to enter into the space. That's from my findings in my role at Masaki. So I just had a question about what do you think the role of legislation is in trying to promote inclusion in women in STEM programs, especially on a higher educational learning or even on a high school level?
I I think we just need to give her a round of applause because that was one question, one comment, and a few questions in there. And then you said you had one question. Way to go. Those 3 questions. That was good. Does anybody have one last comment? Let's make it really short, straight to the point, and then we'll kind of dash through all of them at the same time, right? All right. So Sebastian has taken a seat. I'll just give you mine.
Thank you. My name is Rahma Kiza. I'm representing Belor. We deal with freight forwarding. I just want the panel to touch on, I would like to first quote the lady in pink. You said we have played the blame game for too long. But have we really played the blame game for too long? I mean, who is the best teacher? Best teachers are parents, right? And are we traveling out there in the villages? I mean, what are the parents teaching our daughters and sons? Like the same upbringing you the son, the boys, the young boys and the girls are different, you understand? So we need to go to the root of the problem, and it's at home. I mean, yes, we need women in technology, but then every charity starts at home. I mean, in the villages, young girls have so many dreams, and I would like you guys to touch that fact. Thank you.
So the role of parenting in upbringing the next generation of female-led enterprises. So I like that your question was on legislation because that kind of touches into my last question. And I'm just going to bring it up to just kind of synergize with what she asked. So my question was, what are the unique steps that should be taken by individuals, society, the innovation ecosystem, and governments to ensure that Tanzania, along with other African countries, leapfrog the perceptions of gender as we create a lucrative and fully inclusive digital economy for the collective growth of our social and economic development. So what are the unique steps that should be taken by society, individuals, the ecosystem, as well as governments? You know, so legislation, policy. Then we had various other comments and questions from the floor. May I ask that we take it from Tanya, coming this way, and this is how we're going to close our panel for today. Tanya.
So we need to make women in technology the norm instead of the exception. And I think everyone can contribute to this, this evolvement. And the most important factor is education. So educating more women into STEM and also giving women the opportunity to work in the tech field.
Mariam, I hope you can also touch on her question about women in the space.
Yeah. So adding to what Tanya has just mentioned about educating women and stuff, to also answer a question about are we starting at a quite late stage? No, we're not. So for instance, in Tanzania, you would probably already know about different organizations giving different skills to different levels of women. So if you look at absent girls, they're targeting primary, secondary school students, which is at that point they're at the stage where they get to choose their careers, decide what they want to be. Chicot is doing the same. Bonidivas was doing at a later stage, university level, post-university. So we're at least targeting every specific sector, but are we doing enough? I'm not sure. What I'm also personally thinking is that we're doing bits in every sector independently, which if we had been able to do something like together independently back together, it would have made much more impact, to say so. So, you know, it's a call if there is an association, and not just for Tanzania, probably Africa and beyond, because we're facing the same issue. You go to Kenya, you hear the same issue. You go to Nigeria, you go to South Africa, you go to Malawi, you will hear the same issue of female entrepreneurs. So, well, there's still more to be done. If we can stop doing bits and pieces and find a way to link one organization's efforts to the other, because we're actually serving the same community. So that's my take. To answer or touch a bit in the question of parenting and the role of parents in, you know, inspiring female entrepreneurs, well, maybe it will start with our children, because when we look at the kind of, we have the BBC kind of parents, but a parent that you would still have to help to do a mobile money transaction, a parent who would, you know, you would still need to do a lot of work for them to understand that you're in Facebook for business and not for fun. So we have some parents that actually understand that, but it's not their fault. They don't really understand this digital space that we are now. But our children are fortunate because we understand. So from a very younger age, we can start taking part in their lives and encouraging them to be entrepreneurs as they move on.
Just to add to that, so if we get the chance to mentor our kids and encourage them to move into the space, but we can also mentor our peers and our parents and make sure that they now understand. So together we move forward.
So adding to what Tanya and Mariam have said, I'm going to touch base on a number of things. Like in terms of working together, it's no longer a personal thing. There's a lady called Nancy, if I'm not mistaken. For her, her program is actually for very young children, like from age 6 to 9. So what she's missing right now are trainers. What she's missing are, because she's using her own laptop and she's volunteering in Dodoma. And that's after she was part of the IT boot camp I was talking about. So she got the impact. She was going to impact another community, but she doesn't have yet support. So instead of me starting my own organization, why don't I just, volunteer and train her children? That is first. And I'm going to support what Mariam said about our parents. And I'm going to share it with a very personal story. My parents had actually they still have a very hard time understanding what exactly I do. And there were times that I was coming back home very late because I had just started I was starting entrepreneurship, so I was figuring out what I want to do, starting a company, doing this and this, and you come back home around 11 o'clock, and it was really crazy, like really. But right now, what they say is, you know what, be safe. And by the way, I'm also a mother, so I'm figuring out how do I balance. I have a son, and then I have to get back late at night, but I also have work, and I also have a society to impact. So it can be done, and the more they see the results of what you're doing, they appreciate it.
Since time is not on our side, and our lovely ladies have said almost everything, I would want to just capitalize on this key point. How many ladies here are techpreneurs? How many entrepreneurs do we have? How many women in tech do we have? You could be working in an organization as a tech person. I want to tell you one key secret that you should live with today. The value that you put on yourself is the best value anyone is ever going to put on you. So if you see yourself successful, you are successful. If you see yourself going up there, you are going up there. Thank you.
That's powerful. So basically what you're saying is be present. We're going to close the panel, I'm just going to take a second. We must be present. This is not raising your hand, ladies. This is raising your hand. In this new revolution, we need to be able to raise our hands all the way and say, I'm here. How many tech digitalpreneurs are here? Females, how many? That's how you raise your hand. We need to be present in every conversation. We need to be able to leapfrog and think outside our own organizations and see how we can collaborate and make sure that we together progress forward. You know, make sure we're part of the table. If they don't give us a table, we make our own table. There we go. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That was our panel for this afternoon. Have a great next few sessions.
I love this. Now, don't go, don't go. I want to see if you guys are extremely present, as you say. I want to see. Just a little test before I let you guys go. I know I'm out of time. Let me just do this quick exercise. Yesterday was the day of the girl child, right? And I'm going to ask you guys a question. I want to see if everybody here is present. Who runs the world? That is not present. I'm not seeing the value. Who runs the world?
Girls.
Look at you. The only two answering here, and Kalila. I want to see value. You have to say it like you mean it.
Come on, let's do this. We were just practicing. That was practice.
Should I say it?
Come on.
Who runs the world?
Girls.
Well, you tried.
One last time.
Okay, you say it.
Who runs the world? Girls. That's how you say it, Sebastian.
I like the punch. Anyway, great conversation that we just had right now. Women in tech, doing great things. Karibuni, and thank you very much. Asanteni, you can have your seat. Round of applause to them. And I really wanted the moderator to show us a bit of moves, because she's a great choreographer, by the way, but that's the story for another day. Right now, we're moving into a different session, and we're looking at the role of development partners in supporting African innovation, ecosystem learning from the UNFPA Innovation Accelerator. And in this particular group, we have the likes of Davide Piga from UNFPA, he's a regional officer from there. And we also have Adam Bialu, Sahara Ventures. And we also have Dora Pita, Index Slam, E Shangazi Karibu. And of course, we do have a very good moderator, Madam Felista Buana, Programs Manager from UNFPA Tanzania. Karibuni. Karibu.
Right. Okay. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yes, because I want to hear the voice from young people. They're always vibrant. So I will be taking through what UNFPA has been doing in the area of innovation. And before, I would like my colleagues to introduce themselves. But I'm Felista Buana, have been introduced. I'm working with UNFPA Tanzania as program specialist for health systems, but also the lead on sexual and reproductive health. So, yeah.
And I'm Davide Piga, Innovation and Knowledge Management Specialist. I work also in UNFPA, but in the regional office for East and Southern Africa.
My name is Dora Pita. I represent Index Labs and Ishangazi.
Yeah, thank you. So we'll briefly...
I'm Adam Bialu from Sahara Ventures. I'm Chief Strategist for Sahara Ventures. And I was lucky to run a project with UNFPA called AMOA.
Thank you so much. I almost forgot Adam. So UNFPA is one of the UN agencies working around thank you. UNFPA works around the issue of population and development, but particularly in the area of sexual reproductive health, particularly for young people. Data, especially use and collection and use, but also we work around addressing gender-based violence, including harmful practices. I think for those who have been in Tanzania this week, you have been able to participate or hear about the national dialogue around female genital mutilation, teenage pregnancy, early marriages. These are all part of these challenges around gender-based violence. So UNFPA is working in over 150 countries in the world, and in those countries we understand that more than 80% of people live in those countries. In Tanzania, we have been here for over 40 years, since 1975, working with the government very closely to improve the sexual reproductive health, particularly for young people, but also to address some of the challenges such as maternal death. We understand that Tanzania is one of the 10 countries with a high burden of maternal death. And in Tanzania, 11,000 women are dying every year because of childbirth complications, and about 20% of the women who die are more contributed with by teenage pregnancy. So you could see that young people have a contribution or have a big share in the area of sexual reproductive health. So if we can be able to find solutions that can help really to turn around the picture, to ensure that young people can access sexual and reproductive health, I think we'll be able to do more and good to our people. And also for the young people, we know that they are the big investment. We should put much effort on it. So I would like, of course, to allow my colleague to share why UNFPA, basically, we thought that doing business as usual in terms of programs is not going to help us meet the Sustainable Development Goals aspirations, as well as the agenda for 2030. So we looked into what works and what can work well to improve our programs. So that's why we came with this idea of having the Innovation Accelerator, which we have worked with our colleagues, as Adam said, and you will hear more from Adam, but you will hear more from Davide on the whole concept, as well from Dora, who is one of the beneficiaries. So I would like to welcome Davide.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. So let me tell you very briefly, because we only have about 15 minutes now left, what this Innovation Accelerator, the UNFPA Innovation Accelerator is, and what makes it stand out in a very crowded environment of initiatives aimed at promoting entrepreneurship. The UNFPA Innovation Accelerator was born in 2016 out of a simple yet complex challenge. How do we solve key, pressing population challenges, particularly related to the SDGs and particularly to sexual and reproductive health, while creating job opportunities for young people? How can UNFPA, an organization that is passionately committed to delivering a world in which every pregnancy is wanted, every childbirth is safe, and every young person's potential is fulfilled, how can this organization empower young people to take charge in solving challenges that affect them and also help them make money and have a sustainable life? And the answer was quite simple. The answer was social entrepreneurship. Now, social entrepreneurship is a driver, a powerful driver of innovation, and it's basically about setting up a company that makes you money, but at the same time has a social impact. And there are so many initiatives out there that do this, that promote entrepreneurship, but how many of them focus on social entrepreneurship or social impact, and how many of them focus on health, healthcare, sexual and reproductive health? Not many. So because at UNFPA we believe that health is a priority, is important, including when it comes to setting up a business, because if you don't take care of your health, you're not going to be able to run a successful life, not to mention a successful business. We stepped into the space and started partnering with business incubators from various countries, 4 countries in particular, for the time being. And we, one of them being Tanzania, the other Kenya, Rwanda, and Uganda. And we started asking young people, what is that perfect service or product that you would utilize yourself to be able to access information, quality information on sexual and reproductive health? And we received a lot of good ideas, amazing, brilliant ideas. We accelerated 19 of these ideas, and 19 of them became social enterprises. We have one of them here through Dora. And I don't have the time to tell you about each one of them, and I also had some images, but we're going to skip them. You are free to reach out to me later to know more about the African 19 social enterprises. But let me just tell you that it's amazing what happens when you empower young people, when you trust them to deliver solutions to complex issues. These social enterprises do everything from artificial intelligence to answer your embarrassing questions on sexuality in a discreet way, anonymous, to comic books, to crowdsourced videos. There are many, many, many of them. So maybe let me let Adam talk about the specific context of how we did it in Tanzania. What do you think?
Thank you. First of all, I want to congratulate UNFPA for coming with these initiatives. We have been at the innovation and tech entrepreneurship ecosystem pressing the need of development sector to start adopting and embedding innovation concept in their programming to deliver and for the maximum output of whatever they are delivering. And it is with this call that where UNFPA come, and they did it very well. And we at Sahara Accelerator, at the point of, as a part of an accelerator, and speaking on behalf of African hubs and spaces across, is we as African hubs and spaces, we should start thinking how are we pressing or supporting these development actors to come up with such ideas and how they can be utilized, especially on social entrepreneurship, and help social entrepreneurship, scaling them, where possible, incubate them. So our role was really to come and collect these ideas and help them incubate them, mentor them, and help them to go to the market from the idea stage to the startup stage. And I might say we did quite commendable, at least for my stage. And we have a number of very good case stories on the ground. For example, we have got the likes of Mkwawa Arts, who came as an idea, but now they have an office in Iringa, delivering for the program. We are partnering with them to run another sexual reproductive health project in Iringa, supporting 100 young women out there, managing themselves. They have got quite another number of calls from other actors in Iringa region. For example, I hear that they are on talks with Marie Stopes to work with them as well. So thinking of how this is helping to accelerate the programming and delivery of the acting of really development issues, from the idea of one personnel to now other actors, even down to our countryside, working and spreading the word, especially on sexual and reproductive health. So taking example of these ideas, the likes of Ishangazi and others have come up, and now they are business, employing other youth. I think it is key for the development sector to start adopting and really help push the social entrepreneurship to support and help the development goals. Thank you.
So much, Adam. I think that was good. Now, I think it will be good to hear from the beneficiary. So we hear from Dora, from Ishangaz. She'll be able to speak about who is that Ishangaz, and then even what is happening after the demo day. Welcome.
Thank you. Like I introduced myself, my name is Dora Peter, and I'm the project lead for Ishangazi. Ishangazi is basically like a personal assistant for sexual and reproductive health, and she's implemented on Facebook Messenger platform, and she's an AI-powered chatbot. And she came to life, as Madam said, on the demo day, that was last year in August, as a result of capacity building and mentorship from Sahara Ventures by using Sahara Accelerator. And we got a seed fund worth of 6,000 USDs from UNFPA Tanzanian office. And we are very thankful for that, because that helped to scale up our idea from the scratch to where we're actually running as a prototype, helping people in sexual and reproductive health. So Ishangazi comes to the society targeting youth that are aged between 13 to 24. And we are targeting that particular group because during the acceleration, the theme was tackling teenage pregnancies. And that's the age group that is most affected by the teenage pregnancies. So that is our target group. And we are actually coming to the society to educate them on their social and reproductive health rights, effects of teenage pregnancies, the allocation of different service delivery points where they can actually go and get preventive and curative services in regard to sexual and reproductive health. We are also able to provide one-to-one referral, like if you have a personal query with a doctor, Ishangazi can connect you to a doctor and you'll be able to talk to the doctor as a one-to-one. So you can be solved, your challenge can be solved through that doctor online. So Ishangazi is actually, has evolved. I can say we have evolved in the course of 1 year, because as we started, I remember on the demo day last year, we had like 900 followers on Facebook, but as of current, we have 19,000 followers. So we believe we are making a change in the societies around us. And we actually have a lot of youth that are engaged. We have different users from Tanzania and outside of Tanzania, despite the fact that Ishangazi is using Swahili. So we have seen a positive impact from the society, and for that we know we are actually making a difference as youth. And I would also like to thank the government of Tanzania for actually believing in youth and engaging them in different innovative ideas in support of the different ecosystem hubs in the country. I think that will be all. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I think you would want to know probably what is the thinking beyond the Innovation Accelerator, which we call the AMUA. What is our plans as UNFPA and our partners? I will allow my colleague Davide to talk a little bit about it, and then we'll have a small video which will see how all the Innovation Accelerator, all the stories we are talking about went through. Yes, Davide.
Yes, thank you, Felicia, and thank you, Dora and Adam. And Dora, the story is very amazing. And this is one of many. 19 that we have accelerated is not that many, but you've seen, you take one social enterprise owned by one young person, and you're already making a difference to many. Imagine the potential. And the vision for the future, as Felicia mentioned, is that not only we help these young people to set up businesses that have a social impact, but at some point we start calling them beneficiaries, and we stop calling them beneficiaries and we start calling them partners. Because now they are able to deliver services, to deliver a public good. And we, as UNFPA, and Dora mentioned the government, we should trust them to be able to deliver quality services. That's the end goal, to start partnering with these young people so that they can play a role, create a safe space for them to experiment innovative approaches, and then trusting them to deliver innovative products and services. That's the vision for UNFPA.
Thank you, Davide. And I think we have a few minutes. We show video, and then we can be able, if there's any question, we are happy to respond. But let's see the video.
I wanted to add something on Ishangazi. Maybe some of you are actually wondering how we came up with the name. For the Tanzanians, they understand Shangazi means aunt. So Ishangazi stands for electronic aunt. And we came up with this idea because most people confide in their aunties when they want to talk like sensitive issues. So we thought, why not bring an electronic aunt to the palm of their hands to actually ease the conversation between, about sexual and reproductive health? Because in our culture in Tanzania, people barely talk about sexual and reproductive health. So we thought, let's bring this into a device where they can actually privately talk with Ishangazi matters regarding sexual and reproductive health. I wanted to clear that for some of you. Yeah, so if you have any questions, we are open for that.
Thank you. I think we have 1 or 2 questions after the video. Can we have the video?
The groups of young people that we work with, they are no longer interested in the traditional mode of providing information and services through booklets and all these other formats. So using innovation really helps us to address that in identifying new ways in which we could target young people who are the core beneficiaries of our work. We are uniquely able to empower young people to come up with businesses that can enable them earn money and income. But two, we also use that process to come up with a solution to a development challenge that we are facing.
The focus is to bring a new approach to sexual reproductive health challenges by leveraging the social business aspect of innovation. We start by working together with stakeholders that include government, that includes any other donors or NGOs, and even young people to define what challenges they should address. From there, we launch the Innovation Accelerator, inviting the young people to apply through an online portal. We carry out boot camps in schools or universities and try to explain what these challenges are about and what sexual reproductive health is all about.
Those eco cards, they will help those girls out because some girls, they are poor, they don't have money to buy other pads. They use banana leaves, handkerchiefs, and clothes.
So the support has really moved this project from, I should say, from the lab to going out and searching for materials and improving the product. They have introduced us to industries like Uganda Industry Research Institute. So the App Accelerate program has really been helpful to us.
We know that there is great potential in innovation, and we also know that we as governments are spending lots of money buying applications which the people in our backyard can actually develop. So we are seeing that and saying, let's support the innovation ecosystem.
When the program is ended, we don't really drop the entrepreneurs. We still keep working with them and try to see how we can get them to a point where we are comfortable letting them thrive on their own.
We are benefiting as young entrepreneurs. The fact that we received a safety net, to kind of throw ideas together and to grow without the risk of we don't have enough funding. We're very grateful for that.
Yes, thank you so much. Question? One or two?
Any questions? Don't be afraid. It's been a great presentation. So if anybody has any questions, queries, suggestion, you're allowed to talk, because I believe you're part of the ecosystem as well. No hands? No hands?
That's great. So we are on time, and I'm so happy for my presenters. I think we did well in terms of managing the time, and we were just straight to the points. So thank you very much. Have a nice afternoon.
You know, they say if there are no questions, it means that everybody understood 100%, right? So everybody got 100% in this particular presentation. That's the whole point. Thank you very much.
One quick thing. If you have any other questions or suggestions, we have a booth right outside as you go out. You can come and visit and actually advise us and tell us more about AI and innovation and everything.
Great. Now, guys, this is a time that we've been waiting for a while. Can everybody just touch your stomach right now? Touch your tummy. Talk to it. Tell it, My friend, what you're waiting for is about to come right now. Can you talk to your tummy right now? It's a short exercise, guys. You can bear with me. Now, anyway, I'd like to release you guys. Thank you very much for the great presentation. And like I said, round of applause to them. Everybody got 100% from this conversation, I think. So, I'm asking for a favor, because I know you guys are a little bit, usually come late inside. We have a very strong session coming up. We have a pitching session, and we have more conversations happening. We have a blockchain and cryptocurrency to support African startups. Plus, we have a conversation about the current state of VC funding to Africa's startups. It's going to be a great conversation. Plus, we have more people that will be pitching. And I'm sure you guys would like to know the ins and outs, how to talk, when to talk, what to say, what to present, and what not to say as well. So for now, I'll allow you to go ahead.